What's going on, guys? My name is James and this is another episode of Thieves 101, your weekly catch up on everything 100 Thieves. This week we are going to dive a little bit into the Sentinels Invitational, and therefore the 100 Thieves Valorant team and LA Thieves has started off their CDL season, so we're going to take a deeper dive into their week 1 performance. On a small side note, Marvel Rivals released their statistics from the grand finals this last month, and their former player Terra was absolutely tearing it up, no pun intended. What a player he is and what a player he was for 100 Thieves. And speaking of Marvel Rivals, would you guys care to watch a potential content piece on the story of 100 Thieves Marvel Rivals? Let me know in the comment section. But without further ado, let's talk about 100 Thieves Valorant. 100 Thieves Valorant participated in a pre-season invitational tournament hosted by Sentinels. As the last episode aired, they played their first 2 matches. There was 4 teams in this invitational. It was Furia, Shopify Rebellion Black, Sentinels, and 100 Thieves. The format of a tournament was a round robin group stage. The first place made it straight to grand finals, and then second and third place faced off in the semifinals. That being said, 100 Thieves started off strong with a 2-1 victory against Shopify Rebellion Black, who actually also had Xander, who is a former 100 Thieves player just from a couple months ago. We took map 1 Pearl off of them, with Cryo and Vora absolutely fragging out, but then we lost map 2 in overtime, which honestly was a bit of a surprise at the time, but then we quickly bounced back on Bind to take map 3, and that was a 2-1 victory. I wanted to mention that Bang had some absolutely crazy clutches during this series, so I'm gonna let a couple of them play out here. These clips were a part of the official Sentinels stream.
Dying here would be...
And he got half. Does he still have time?
What?
Wait a second. No, it's good. Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, Bang 1v3 again.
Bang. Oh, no, Bang 1v3.
Yeah. I'm gonna flash. Ready? Flashing. Go. Get on. Left.
This is big.
He's got it.
Get in. Oh, no.
We quickly went on to face our second opponent, Furia, who actually also had a former 100 Thieves player who was EU this time. We faced them map 1 again on Pearl. Cryo was absolutely popping off, getting 2 aces round 3 and round 4.
Oof, nicely done.
Spike down.
It's gonna be fun, to be honest. Like, I don't know how it is in like China or APAC or even Europe. I know a little bit, but Cryo on for the ace. There he is. Hit the shot here. It might be a double peek.
30 seconds left.
And it's so easy for Cryo. It's not even a sweat. Not even a little bit of concern. And it's just on for the ace. And he's just gonna ace again. It's an eco ace, but it's an ace, all right.
10 seconds left.
And his teammates gave it to him as well.
So they had no chance on Pearl, but then again they took map 2 again, but because we picked Bind again map 3, we went on winning 2-1. As the tournament was going on, we saw that Shopify Rebellion Black actually beat Sentinels 2-0. So as a 100 Thieves fan, I was really hoping that we would have a chance going up against Sentinels in the last match of our group stage. But oh boy was I wrong. We got absolutely clapped. Map 1 13-2, map 2 13-4. I would say the Sentinels rivalry is even more heated right now than it used to be. Obviously, ever since Valorant was a game, 100 Thieves and Sentinels have been fighting for that top spot. But even as a 100 Thieves fan, I gotta admit that Sentinels have been winning that battle for quite a while now. And since Bang has done the round trip now, this rivalry is even a little bit more bitter. With us losing that match, that meant that we actually got 3rd place in our group, which took us into semifinals, once again facing Sentinels, where we mixed up the map pool a little bit and actually played much better. Yet we still lost 2-0, this time with a 13-10 and a 13-9 scoreline. So we got 3rd out of 4. Overall, it was a good tournament. I feel like for practice purposes. Cryo was looking very hot, and Vora and Timotino got some practice in the new team, and I think it definitely gives us a platform to get ready before the VCT Kickoff Tournament in January. There is a new piece of news that was announced right after I recorded the video, and that is the 2025 Spotlight Series. 4 teams are going to be involved in this mixed gender $25,000 tournament. 100 Thieves, FlyQuest and Envy have teamed up, Prue and Lion have teamed up, and Winthrop and Shopify Rebellion have also teamed up. It's going to be a round-robin group stage into a single elimination playoff with a best-of-5 grand finals. And it kicks off on December 12th and it goes until December 14th. Let's see what team 100 Thieves announces for this tournament. Speaking of the kickoff tournament in January, actually we have our entire schedule for the year, so I'm going to read that out right now. So the kickoff tournament is going to be from January 15th to February 15th. Masters Santiago is going to be from February 28th to March 15th. Stage 1 is from March 31st to May 10th. Playoffs of Stage 1 is from May 6th to May 24th. Stage 2 is from June 30th to August 16th. The season's finals is from August 5th to September 6th. And Champions Shanghai is from September 24th to October 18th. The Game Changers Championship is not yet announced. It's going to be sometime in between October and November. I hope that 100 Thieves once again has a team. And Game Changers in general, because unfortunately we did not make it to Champions this year. With that being said, that's going to be all for 100 Thieves Valorant. Now let's go on to Call of Duty. The opening weekend of the Call of Duty season has ended. The pick'ems went really good. We got 7 out of 9. But most importantly, LA Thieves started off strong. First, we faced Faze. If you guys remember, my prediction was a 3-1 victory. Now we got off to a super slow start in hardpoint, at one point being over 70 points down, but Abizi was absolutely cooking throughout the entire map, getting a 1.52 KD throughout the first map, and we mounted a really good comeback on hardpoint. The S&D scoreline, while might have looked close, honestly it didn't really feel close. I feel like we fried in Search and Destroy, but the overload was absolute cinema. We were up 4-1, and please ignore the graphics because actually live on broadcast they were swapped, so LA Thieves is Faze and Faze is LA Thieves. But as we were 4-1 up, Faze had an absolutely amazing comeback, equaling the score in the last seconds, which meant we went to overtime. During overtime it kind of plays out like Search and Destroy, but before Faze could even react, Abizi was running down the flank and got a point. And you can even see by the player cams how shocking this play was. We keep learning new things about overload. I think it is an absolutely amazing third game mode. Even though I was definitely a protector of control, I really enjoyed that game mode as well. So that means we have won 3-0, which was actually one off of my 3-1 prediction. I feel like we were showing some cracks in hardpoints. On their side, Simp was absolutely going off, but 0-4 and Draza were having a tough series. While on our side, Abizi had an amazing series while Hydra was doing well as well. Now 2 days later, we faced 0-1 Falcons, who actually lost 3-0 against Optic, which is quite typical. They are much less fundamentally sound than Faze, but they have some shooters. Whether it's Pred or Celium, they are both known for shooting absolutely straight, but not really being that good on the objective. But as I said, we were showing cracks in hardpoint, and the cracks are straight up broke against Falcons because we actually got outslayed and we lost map 1. And Hydra was definitely struggling on this one, getting a 0.59. But it didn't seem to faze the boys because we came back and in S&D we beat them 6-0. And honestly, we are pretty unmatched in Search and Destroy at the moment. And by the facial expressions here at the end, you could definitely tell that LA Thieves was perplexed at how the Falcons were playing the map. Now I want to say the overload was closer, but honestly it wasn't super close. It was an easy 5-1 victory. Even if they were keeping up with the kills, once again, they're just not a fundamentally sound team. So we got the better of them, winning 5-1. And while they fought valiantly in map 4, the hard point was LA Thieves once again. Now in the post-match interview, Kenny gave some opinions on why we are struggling in hardpoint.
Kenny, let me ask you about that map 1 actually. Obviously, it was a phenomenal series. You guys went 3-1. But at the end there, we get over towards that P2. Exit makes the play. They spawn behind you guys. Was that just like a lapse in judgment, like you guys not realizing he could flank and pinch, or what happened there?
I think that's one thing right now in our hard punch we need to do is just slow it down a bit. We're a pretty fast-paced team, so I think sometimes when people get lost, we get lost in the game sometimes. So I think that's just the main thing. And right there, I think we did call he could pinch, but it was like way too late.
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened. I haven't watched it back. I just know that was a calm. Like he can pinch, and then as soon as that was calm, we were dead. But I think that's just like the main thing is just slowing it down.
Now, if that is the case, I feel like we do have some hope in fixing our hardpoints. And with that recap, we start our season 2-0 alongside Optic. But next week, we definitely have a challenge and we have a grudge match against Ghosty and Envoy. Ghosty seems to be absolutely on fire on the Paris Gentlemates side, and we are going to be facing Paris Gentlemates. Now, the Gentlemates are surprisingly 1-1 after a Game 5 loss against Faze, which actually gives me some hope. But at the same time, we have lost to them multiple times in the preseason. So Here are my predictions for this weekend. We are going to be losing both of the hard points, but we are going to be taking game 2, 3, and 5. We are going to be taking it home in a map 5 SND 3-2. At least that's my hope. But let's be honest, this one is going to be close. But with that being said, that's going to be it for this week's episode of Thieves 101. The Apex Legends Championships is still 5 weeks away. Our Counter-Strike roster has a couple of rumors, but not enough to make a video on. So for now, all we have is Call of Duty, to be very, very honest. I hope in the near future that we can join a couple more esports so that there is more to report on. But until then, if you're looking for anything 100 Thieves related, especially esports, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment on this channel, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.